There's no students in this building. There's
So they're
5
gonna be
kids
here
in
till
WASP.
6 o'clock.
In
There's more
WASP.
than
How
5.
many students are in WASP?
I see the staff sitting out there.
How many
My
students?
student is here in WASP.
Okay.
I'm the one who did the hideouts in this building.
Yeah, okay.
I'm the one who came in here in a hooded sweatshirt and a plastic gun and hid out in all these places.
Okay, I didn't ask
I was
that.
the one.
I
No,
asked
but
a
this is
simple
ridiculous.
question. I asked a question.
This should be locked
How
down
many students
24
are
hours a day, and all the schools should be. I'm furious about this.
Unfortunately, it's a tax-paid facility. It's
Yeah, and I'm a
tax-paid.
taxpayer
You
with
know,
a son.
You need to pay your taxes, but you don't have the ability to tell everybody else to pay taxes what they can't do. because
Really? Well, you know, when you ask all the parents what they think when we hear about another Sandy Hook here in Waterford.
Okay,
Put me on the agenda, please, Chris, for the 22nd.
okay.
I'd like to be on the agenda to
That's fine.
discuss
You wanna
this.
act like an extremist and say there's going to be Sandy Hook. I'm talking reality here. So the question comes into is there is nothing in the state law that allows you to lock the buildings up 24 hours a day because you want to feel comfortable with them being locked. This is a public facility for public use. And it has always been open. And now all of a sudden we're saying now it's all locked and we're going to give select people fobs because maybe they can get in. The Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts have more right to be here using a public facility than WASP, who is a paid organization in the building.
But I guess
It's been
our
locked down
system.
for several years though, hasn't it, Chris?
Yes.
It's been locked since last.
Dan, I mean, the public has access to the building, there's just procedures in place that are a little different about how to come into the
Right, they
building.
can get into the front door and they can buzz to ask to get in,
During
otherwise you don't.
school day-
And I agree, I walked into the high school the other night, and I walked through that whole building. Heaven forbid if I was carrying a bag around. Yes, I know that they have a bunch of cameras there, but I doubt if they check to see who's walking the halls.
We
in
don't
the
have the
evening.
cameras to see that.
You don't,
Yeah.
there's nothing that gives you any right in the state constitution to say you feel safe all the time.
I
It's
see
a
no problem
public
with the way we have
facility.
it now.
You walk in the village library. The village doesn't lock the library unless select people. You don't have the ability to say, we're only gonna lock it to select people.
But that being said, we do have a system in place to accommodate, just like we talked about a little bit ago with reserving rooms and.
I understand
You know,
that.
it's not-
That's for the ability to say, we're gonna be using the gym because adult league doesn't want to use the gym at the same time. That's completely different than saying, if you're not reserved, you don't have a right to be in the building. It's a public facility.
Right, but I think we can find a balance between the two.
The balance is being open to the public who paid for the facility.
But I think we have a system that's working. It's
Well,
not
the system has been put in place without some of the board members even knowing that.
Now, I knew the facility was locked down, the only thing I didn't know was that the daycare parents had a fob to get in, that's the only thing I didn't know. I knew we were locked down, only because the grandkids going to the trail side, I knew you don't get in early unless you have an appointment. And then you hit the little button, the secretary lets you in.
And they can ask why. There's a speaker
You know, you
there.
can say, I'm here for an IEP at 8 o'clock, okay, come on in, but yeah, otherwise,
As long as we have something man in the door, that's fine. But there's no reason any Boy Scout, Girl Scout, Cub Scout, Brownie troop should ever be worried about the fact they can't get in.
I'm not worried as a Girl Scout leader. I'm never worried. I always
That's
know I
fine.
can get in here.
And you feel comfortable with saying you want to lock the place. But what I'm telling you is, you don't build public facilities to lock the place to make you feel comfortable. That's not what they're built for.
I think it's different when you have kids in a public facility versus a
I've had kids many times in this public facilities, and I'm telling you, when we come after, the doors were always open. Now all of a sudden you're telling me they're always locked until somebody shows up at the right 5 seconds. Get let in, maybe. Right? My wife came over here for a exercise class. Nobody was there to let him in. What I'm saying is the people that pay for this facility have as right or more right than the WASP group, who is a paid group using our facility. Now, if you want to say put a safety door on here to have a fob be in this room, that's one thing. But saying you're blocking our entire facility, every facility down, because we have a handful of students in one building or one room at each building, that's ridiculous.
But they
I
travel
don't-
with it. When there's something-
Well, then they're going to have to limit what they do.
And I don't think it's, I'm not speaking from a WASP perspective, I don't have kids in that, and I haven't in the past. I guess I'm looking at it just from a parent's perspective, that I personally feel more comfortable if the school is locked down, and I guess I don't see the
I understand that.
terrible inconvenience of,
You have to look at the taxpayer's perspective that you're elected by the electorate, not just by the parents.
don't understand that,
Yes,
but I also don't have people from the general public
May I
lining
say
up and saying they're
something?
inconvenienced by not being
I'm
able
from
to
the
participate.
WASP program, and this was brought to our attention. We did not ask for this program.
Okay, for the walk, for the fob thing you're saying?
No, It's our program.
Because when did that, can you tell me when that was instituted?
Last year.
Last year, and before
And my
that, it
parents-
wasn't an issue, was
And
it?
my parents had to pay for these fobs for this
Okay,
institution.
so again, this happened without the knowledge of the school board.
But my
Well, let's just say-
parents are paying for this, and then they're going, why can anybody walk in here and grab my child when they told us that this is for their safety? We didn't ask for this program.
I agree with you 100%. It sounds foolish the way it's being done. So again,
So-
and this is why I'm saying, Bob, is
And I'm not
This
blaming
hasn't been in
anyone,
place.
but something's wrong.
I agree, we
here,
didn't
and
know,
should
but I
not
look
be
at other
blamed.
buildings, and I'll pick up village safety building, fire station too, they're all locked down. I got a fob to get in them. And they're public buildings.
And I know all schools are doing this.
Unfortunately, it's the way it is now.
I
Is the high
understand.
school open? Like I said, yes, it is. Do I have some concerns as a taxpayer and a grandparent of 2 children up there? I most certainly do.
I just want to be on record
And,
saying.
you know, the lady
this
said
is-
stuff, I partook in a thing up there for, with the fire department and sheriff's department, and yeah, we were looking for intruders. The amount of spaces compared to these buildings that you have in the high school high is scary. But that's just the way it is right now.
by the way, what's your name?
I'm Patty Clark from Today's Child,
Patty Clark.
and we have the WASP program.
Thank you, Patty.
And I am
And-
not, I am not upset that we have to do
Yep.
this, because I understand the times, but I don't want to be blamed for it.
No, and I'm not blaming WASP, don't get me wrong. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong hanging WASP in the building, I like having WASP in the building, but before this period, everything was open. So the question is, how did it get changed to a fob? Because I did not prove that in ordinance. So does anybody know how that became a fob?
We changed it last summer.
We changed fobs?
Last summer, 13.
Okay,
Because there was some complaints about the building being open for WASP, I remember that, and actually the doors were being locked open.
Right.
And several parents came to one of our meetings, not very happy, so yeah. I didn't know about the fob thing, which I have no
It was
problem.
the easiest way to address it because we didn't have people at
Have
the
the door
door.
allowed, which I
And
understand.
the intercom system, safety system that we had installed doesn't bring
The whole
the
building.
cafeterias.
I
So
know that
that's,
very well.
yeah, that was the thinking behind the fob
yes,
system.
no, and I understand that, I hear you, but again, I'm saying the school board did not know to this point, other than a few people that may have run into it. But I didn't know that it was being locked down. So the question is if we're changing what we're doing because a handful of people are saying that they want their kids to feel more safe, I can understand that at the times you have things like Sandy Hook and stuff like that. That does not mean that we go and jump and do that until we discuss that. So what I'm saying now is we've got to the point now where we've got everything locked down, and the general public who owns these buildings should have access to these buildings. If we need to make a change and have door locks on like the cafeteria door, that's one thing. But if they're walking around the facilities here, WASP has control of their own students. You don't have a right to be out in public to feel safe all the time. Meaning that if they have control of those students, they're the ones protecting those students, right? We're not worried about people every single day running to every single facility to do something. You can't, you drive yourself insane. So you can only be so safe, but after school, this is an open facility.
I guess I see it on here as a discussion item, so we know now the process, and if we hear things differently, but I don't think, as a committee member, I don't see us moving forward with any kind of motion at this time.
Okay, there was no motion because it was altered without any board activity ever.
Right, but this is just a discussion item, so.
Okay. So the question will be then is, this I think needs to be discussed and something done to it, to open these buildings back up. The buildings were built for public use. There's no reason they should be locked down for private use.
Well, I guess that's also a big question though too, and maybe something Chris can look into. What flexibility do we have as a school district to say we don't lock our doors? I mean, are we allowed to do that in non-school hours? That's essentially what Dan is saying, that it needs to be open to the public at all times. Now, I don't agree with that. I understand what you're saying,
I know
but
it.
I do
But what you're
like the
saying
ability to
is,
lock it down, and even beyond the kid aspect of it, just, I don't necessarily think it should be open at 3 in the morning
Yeah.
for some random people to be running around the school doing who knows what to
okay,
it.
nobody's here at 3 in the morning, right?
Maybe
Doors are
now.
always open until after school, and locked at 10 o'clock, period.
Okay, so they're locked at 10
They
p.m.
were always open from after school and locked at 10 o'clock, and all of a sudden we're saying they're locked all the time. And I understand your sentiments, Tom, but you've got to realize, just because you like to feel comfortable that way, doesn't give you the right to say to the taxpayers who
No,
pay billions that they have no right to come
I
to this
understand that,
building.
but I'm also talking about protecting the building itself. So
Hey, there's
then
never
what,
been a problem with the building.
I know that's a problem, but we're also locking it at 10 PM. Why did we decide to do that? That would go against what you're saying too. It should be, based on what you're saying, it should be open 24/7.
Let's talk foolishness, so you should never lock it ever, right?
But I guess, Dan, my point is, I understand what, I hear what you're saying. But I guess if we have people who come into the building for the activities they've signed up for, and the process of them, if the process for them getting in isn't broke, I don't know why we need.
I think fairly it is, because we're hearing from several people that it is, bro. People are getting stuck at the door. My wife came over here for a general thing, meeting with everything. I don't
So
know,
maybe
running
we
class
add a
that day
little
and all
blurb
this
that the
stuff.
doors are only open from 5:55 to 6:05. Maybe we add that information in there. I mean, we can work with the process, I think, but I'd like to keep the safety.
Well, I understand that. What I'm saying right now is that the process was made up outside the bounds of the school board having any info or directive at all. And I understand Chris did it to make people feel safer, but at this point, we're doing a process and it has not been approved by the school board. That's what I'm saying, we need to come up with something.
To address the mother's concern, we can very easily put a doorbell system on this cafeteria for $25.
Right, but I don't know that we have to change the rules. I mean,
No, what I'm saying is, because like Mr. Malthoff said, this building is open
It needs to be.
for a lot of community groups. I mean, the building was open for tonight's meeting before 6 o'clock. What I'm saying is, because WASC was still going on, they can lock the cafeteria, and then the parent that comes up can ring a doorbell here at the cafeteria doors. And then someone from WASC is going to go and let them in.
it would only be activated at certain hours, otherwise I think it would be buzzing.
I think the crux of her concern is the fact that if the building were open for a 6 a.m. exercise course, the building were open, somebody could enter the building with poor intentions and stay in the building in a hiding spot. That's where her concern is. That then when we lock the doors for our school day, somebody would have already entered the building and made themselves not able to be seen. And I think that's what she's, in my discussions with her prior to tonight, that's what she was trying to articulate. She could come in the building, hide anywhere, then they lock it down, and you've got an intruder in the building with 400 children.
Okay, well, that's the same anywhere in this world.
You could come in right now during our meeting.
Right.
Come in during our meeting.
Yes, I know. You aren't going to keep it 100% safe.
What's the library,
But
what's the high
the system that we
school?
have in place
I think it's doing a pretty good job.
ensures that when I open the door in the morning, when the teachers come in, that there isn't anybody.
That's not true. It's not true at all. You can break in any one of these windows and be waiting. Isn't this the same person that wanted us to put bulletproof glass everywhere?
I don't want to speak for her.
Well, I'll speak for it. It was the same person that wanted bulletproof glass in every window in our school district. You're not putting bulletproof glass in every window in the school district to make one person feel safe. I mean, spending millions of dollars to make one person feel safe is not in the legal bounds of what we're supposed to be doing. You have no legal right in this state or this country to feel safe. There's nothing written in our Constitution.
I'm not advocating for millions of dollars to be spent.
I'm just saying, we take as many
I think we-
precautions as we can.
But that doesn't mean.
I think
we
we've
can't
done
do-
what we can. You can't make it 100%, like I said.
You
When we
cannot.
went through the high school, we were doing stuff. Could I come in here tonight while the meeting's going on, hide out somewhere and nobody see me until tomorrow?
Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
If a person wants to do it, they're gonna figure out a way to get in. They can come in through the skylights where you have the skylights in the library.